combining these distributions, which is really not that bad. So this is supposed to be like distribution A, whatever it is. It might be the average of, I don't know, doesn't matter. It has a mean and a standard deviation. Distribution B has a mean and a standard deviation. Distribution C and distribution B. Well, if I want to add these up, or like combine these two, this might be like the average grade in this class on the last quiz. Let's say it was out of like 20 points. And this might be the average grade in like Mr. Kraft's class. And I want to know like what was the average overall. So we are kind of assuming that there's the same number of people in here. The mean's not the hard part. The standard deviation is the hard part of the part I want to show you. People are still writing. So when I say like do one more time, then my words are just like flowing into the air and no one's touching them. Right, but then you know this. It's like I'm tweeting with no followers. Alright. So the mean, you do exactly what you think you would do. So if I ask you for the mean of A plus B, the mean of A is 10 and the mean of B is 20, so you would just say that's 30. You just, like, you do exactly what you think you would do. So then what's A minus B? You can't answer if you don't. 10 minus 20 is negative 10. I know, but I want the thunder. I want like 15 people to say it. So A plus B plus C, 10 plus 20. Alright, so that's easy. Like, you can do the rest. That's not that big a deal. Standard deviation is a little different. So you've got to do basically Pythagorean theorem. If you remember Pythagorean theorem, it's like A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then, like, if I wanted to get C by itself, let's say, what would I do? The hardest algebra question I'm asking here. If I want C by itself, what do I do to both sides? You square root everything, right? So if I square root that, it would tell me that C equals the square root of A squared plus B squared. That's what we're going to use for standard deviation. So the standard deviation of A plus B, you're going to take your 10 squared. You're going to take your 3 squared, your 4 squared, you're going to add them up, and then you're going to square root that answer. And that's how you combine standard deviations. So the mean, you do exactly what you think you would do. The standard deviation, you do this Pythagorean theorem thing. And you can do it with more than one, like with more than 2. So we'll do a couple of them where there's more than 2 things we're combining. But so what's 3 squared? 9, 4 squared, 16. 9 plus 16 is 25. Square root is 5. So you guys recognize that triple? Like 3 and 4 and 5 always go together. And they'll do that a lot because they want to make it like faster for you. If you know that in your head, they're kind of trying to give you an edge if you can do that in your head. But whenever you see 3 and 4 as one of them, it's always going to be 5 or multiples of that. So if I have like 6 and 8, that's going to be 10. If I have 30 and 40, that's going to be 50. So it's like the same pattern works every time. Sometimes we got to do a little more work. Put this up here. The thing that does kind of screw people up sometimes is that you do the Pythagorean theorem even if you are subtracting the data sets. Oh, that's really small. So A minus B would actually have the exact same standard deviation as A plus B. So this is still going to be 5. So it doesn't matter whether that's addition or subtraction. You do the exact same formula for the, as far as the standard deviation Pythagorean theorem thing goes. And then, does anybody remember what variance is? It's also written on the board. Standard deviation squared, which which is actually what you had before you square rooted, right? So both of those is 25. Okay, so far? So then A plus B plus C for the mean, I just add up. A plus B plus C, the mean is easy. Just do what you expect to do. Standard deviation, now you got, it's not really Pythagoras theorem anymore, because there's like 3 things under the square root, but you do the exact same idea. So you can square root 3 squared plus 4 squared plus 7 squared. So you just add up all the standard deviations, or square the standard deviations, add them all up, and then square root the total of those. So what's that? 25 plus 49 is 74. So a lot of times in the AP test, you'll see it'll just be written like that. If you got to get a decimal, you can get a decimal. But sometimes they just leave it. And then if the standard deviation is the square root of 74, and variance is the standard deviation squared, then what's the variance? 74. You guys try to fill out the rest of it. Isn't that hard? You're saying you got it under control of the area. It seems like pretty close out. The 4.4 one, yeah. We're gonna do like this is 4.4 basically. I believe that. I thought you were telling me. Why would you? Like what Eric just said, I don't know if you guys have gotten the 4.4 homework yet. It's only a page. It's 2 questions, which is not like what I wanted out of that. It's not really representative of the AP test. So I'm gonna we're just gonna do some more things in class to take care of it. So for A minus D for the mean, you just take the mean of A minus the mean of D. Just it's straightforward. You just basically plug in and do what they ask. This would be negative 190. Then for the standard deviation, you have to use the Pythagorean theorem with those two standard deviations. So you're going to do the square root of 3 squared plus 24 squared. So 585. So square root of 585. And if you made it a decimal, that's fine. It'd be like a little more than 24. And then your variance would be 585. A plus B plus C plus D. So for the mean, again, you just add them up. It's what you think. It's straightforward. So that'd be 330. Then for standard deviations, you're like squaring all 4 of those, adding them up, and then square rooting the total. So that's 650. Standard deviation here is 650, and then the variance would be standard deviation's root of 650. The variance is 650. And then D minus C minus B minus A. 200 minus 100 is 100. Minus 20 is 80. Minus 10 is 70. And then what would be true about the standard deviation of this one and the previous one? They would be the same, because it doesn't matter if you're adding or subtracting. I'm putting all 4 of those things in the mix regardless of the order of adding or subtracting. So you're still going to have the same standard deviation and then still the same variance. Question on that table anywhere? I'm going to change numbers and ask you to do it again. All right, fill that up. color is this? I just you said it was red. Someone said it was red. What about the one on the left? Does that have like a purple? I am. I'm making sure that I'm
What color?
red green. I never showed you.
No. Get it now.
I'll show you what it looks like to me after we finish this. Like there's a website I've gone to where you can see like a colorblind person sees this, a normal person sees this. So to me they look the exact same, right? But to you, it will see like what I see. Everyone says they're pretty. It's not that different. It's just like my world is more dull. I really don't have. I don't know any better. So yeah. Color's weird. Like what you call blue and what I call blue might be two totally different things in my brain. Is that what else called it? Like way more common in males. With the red green. You ever tried those glasses? Yeah. I was pretty sure that was all fake. Maybe it's real. I don't know. But there's money back guarantee. They're like $500. I tried it. It didn't work. It would be. I mean, if I could all of a sudden see colors and everything looked as good, those people in the videos, like I could understand. If they're not paid actors, which who knows. Is this 850? Is it not 850? Okay. Yeah. Dang it. So 34. Why are people not saying it? Okay. So what did I do now? A plus B plus C. 48. Because I'm doing it in my head and I want you to check my mind. Because I'm too lazy to type it into the document. 9 plus 16, so that's 50. See, now I don't want to say anything. Thank you. Avery got really mad, so I don't want to say anything. So then 86. The last one will be the same. Questions on that chart anymore? Alright. Maybe do you have a question? Do you have a comment? Feels like you have a comment. Are there questions on it? I don't need to like sit down and just like walk away. Does this make sense? Are we good? Rachel, do you have a question or are you still writing? Are we good? Can I take this down?